Hello, my name is Sae, and I am here with my co-presenter, Jenny,
Hi, everyone.
and we are part of Leather Girls of Color 2026 Pledge class. In conjunction with our other initiates for our service project, we created two Skillshare presentations, one on how to build a kink resume and one on aftercare in kink. Whether you're new to leather, kink, BDSM, or a seasoned D or S type, we hope that you find the information in this presentation useful to you or to someone who you like to share it with.
Speaking of which, before we start, we we invite you to scan the QR code for a link to our guide for creating your own aftercare menu. It's complete with comprehensive D-type and S-type examples of aftercare items, needs, and expectations. There are checklists, tips, and a blank template for you to use as well.
What is aftercare and why is it important for everyone? What I've learned in my journey of aftercare being so important, it is how one returns safely to baseline, especially after an intense emotional, psychological, or physical scene. It helps reestablish trust within your partner, your dynamic, or even yourself, and prevents emotional crashes, also known as drop. Aftercare becomes a moment of healing and caring for one's own body or the person you have played or done a scene with. However, it isn't always necessary for everyone or for every scene. Who needs aftercare? Most would believe that only S types need aftercare, but so do the D types. When we engage in play, we enter into an intense emotional or psychological state of mind that causes a rush of adrenaline or activates our body's fight or flight response. This is known as subspace or dumb space. Therefore, anyone who needs or wants this support after play or after a scene should negotiate and advocate for their care. Some good reminders to hold on to. Aftercare is not the same for everyone. That means it requires prior negotiation, self awareness, and self assessment before experiencing drop symptoms.
Now we're talking about drop. What is drop? Drop is a physical, emotional, or psychological low that can occur after a BDSM, kink, or intense power exchange scene. While commonly associated with S types, it can also hit D types or anyone moving out of a highly altered headspace. The timeline of drop can hit within minutes to an hour after play ends, or it can manifest within 24 to 48 hours later. Drop can also be experienced after conferences or events, or even if you did not play. So, how do you recognize drop? Symptoms of drop can include temperature spikes. You might feel fatigue, or your body could ache. You might feel shaky or having difficulty sleeping. Your appetite could shift. You could feel nauseous. There could be a heightening of your nervous system. You could have sadness, emotional sensitivity, unexpected crying. There could be some depression, anxiety, feelings of disconnect or self-doubt, embarrassment, or just the need for soothing.
So you might wonder what helps you stabilize, remain coherent, and or return to your baseline safely. Safety first. Understanding where you are physically, emotionally, and psychologically before engaging in play. Then moving into negotiating the type of play and scene you will be engaging in, and understanding any risk factors associated with it. Establishing check ins during the scene to ensure both top and bottom are connecting and still both present. And finally, creating safe words that communicate things like, I am enjoying this. So you can give me more intensity, or this is a little uncomfortable. However, I am still enjoying this. So proceed with the same intensity. Or full stop, this is too intense, and this scene is done.
So, what are the types of aftercare? There could be physical, emotional, or verbal, solo, or community aftercare. Physically, perhaps you need cuddling, hydration, massages, a cigarette, or even sex. Emotionally, praise, reassurance, or a debrief might be needed. You may need a check-in or a phone call. Aftercare can also be solo. You might need to self-regulate with a bubble bath or a cold plunge. For me, I love coloring books, journaling, stuffies, and soft blankets. But your community can also play a part by following up with you, providing a service, or perhaps you may need a service.
Now, what are your aftercare needs? A good starting point that you can begin at is what brings comfort to your five senses. That is sight, sound, smell, taste, and touch. You can do this by asking for recommendations or experiencing things until you find what suits you. For me personally, I enjoy touch as aftercare in the form of cuddling or rubbing my D types back, as well as a good post scene meal of comfort food from Golden Corral. And I also love to share in these aftercare activities with my D type because they bring her comfort as well. How do you know what to negotiate? Learning how to negotiate can be done by talking to elders, trusted community members, workshops, and educating yourself like this one. Learning as you experience things in a safe and healthy environment, shadowing a negotiation session, and ultimately learning how to negotiate more for what you need and what you want through these experiences, self awareness, and self assessment.
So, what happens if the top and bottom need aftercare? What do you do? Well, first of all, as we've said, negotiate before playing to understand both D type and S type needs and find common or middle ground in the shared activities. Prioritize aftercare. Who are you going to focus on first if both of you have needs? The answer is yours. Think of it like a plane crash. You put the mask on yourself first. So consider if outsourcing is needed from other trusted community members or safe spaces if you both need aftercare. So let's talk about aftercare in different contexts. In an established dynamic, aftercare may be integrated into protocols. It could be more intimate, done together, or separately. In casual play, outside of a dynamic, you may need to reconnect with others, go out to eat, or do other fun activities. In pickup play, there could possibly be no aftercare, so you may need to outsource what you need. In long distance play, aftercare could be solo or together and focused on emotional and verbal needs versus physical ones. Whatever the aftercare, it's up to you to know what you need and set it up, uh, set it up beforehand.
Now, where does community fit into aftercare? Anyone can serve you as an aftercare provider. If when negotiated beforehand, that can be dungeon monitors, that can be friends outside of kink BDSM, family, partner outside of your dynamic. It could be sparters who help during the play. It could be a designated check-in person that's there, or even a second set of eyes or observers, ensuring that both the top and the bottom are being safe. Always negotiate and advocate for yourself and your care. Which leads us to what to include in your aftercare menu. Hopefully, all the information that has been presented to you has put your aftercare needs and wants on your mind and have you excited to create your very own. Here's some things that you can include in your aftercare menu. That can be a personal aftercare bag that has stuffies, blankets, water, or even snacks. Written aftercare needs and wants. You can have a designated aftercare person, a ritual, protocol, or a space that you go to. Always important is a just in case list, including medical issues, doctors, insurance, emergency contact, or other community support.
In closing, we invite you to scan the QR code to take a look at our extensive guide of tips and suggestions to create your own aftercare menu. We wish you safe play and aftercare.
And thank you for joining us.
Thank you, everyone.